you know how fire it is to like see that a guy can like dead take care of himself. He can cook. His place is well kept. Like to me, that's also exemplified leadership. Because you can maintain your own, but it doesn't mean that because you can do all things, you should always do all things. Because if someone comes into your life, you can make a decision and say, all right, listen, we could both really do anything. But should we both be doing everything?
Right.
Maybe not, right? So what are you really good at? You the better cook? All right. You do that. I'll do more to clean it. We'll find a balance in it all. But at minimum, having men in your life who can do these things, whether it's all great or some of them are greater than others, it just positions you to see it and say, I can do those things too. I can take care of myself at minimum, and I can be independent and not have to have people in my life for survival. Some people keep certain partners or friends in their life because they feel like they need those people to survive. You want to have people in your life because you want them in your life. They add value to you, but you don't need to keep them around to the point that because they have this one value that they add, but they're pulling so much other energy out of you in a not so good way, and you're keeping them around for that one valuable thing they have. Like, no, if I have that too, I can let you go. You deserve to be able to let people go if they're causing more harm to you than good. And I think that having those like home skills and survival skills are important.
Yo, Juju, man, you know what oh my gosh, man. You just made me think about this thing. First of all, I tell all men, you need to at least know how to make a few meals for yourself.
That's it.
You don't gotta be Gordon Ramsay out here.
Nah, it's okay.
Few meals, a few things for breakfast. And lunch and dinner normally is the same meal for me, so really it's just dinner.
And that's okay.
I know how to make a good, like, 3 to 5 meals right now.
That's okay.
I know how to make stewed chicken Trinidadian style.
Okay.
You feel me? I know how to make stewed chicken Ghanaian style. There's red stew, and then there's brown stew.
That's it.
There's curry chicken that I know how to make as well. Salmon is mad easy. I tell most men, start with salmon.
Literally, like, you can barely go wrong with just time it. Just time it.
I tell most men, start with salmon. Spaghetti is also easy.
Yes, it is.
That's 5 right there.
And you're good.
And you're really good. Now, after this 5, you really just playing around with the TikTok videos.
That's
Instagram.
it.
You feel me? You just going and seeing what everybody else is doing and adding your little mix to it. And cooking is really, if you really cook, you notice, cooking is more prep than cooking.
That's really all it is. Yeah.
You just really slicing onions and vegetables and all that. That's really and cleaning. Hold on. I know some people don't clean it. And cleaning the meat.
Yeah, there needs to be cleaning meat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't put your meat in the pot and say that's going to cook clean. I don't want to hear that. This is a Caribbean. Yeah.
Listen, those potlucks, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'd be a little scared. I'm not going to lie. Let me stop. Go ahead.
Nah, that's a fact. My girl always says that's why you can't eat from everybody's house.
Can't. Can you see how they
real? Listen, look, you gotta clean that meat. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's it.
You gotta clean it. So anyways, right? It's really more prep and cleaning than it is cooking. Once you prep and clean it and you season it, you really just spending like maybe 30 minutes to an hour cooking, depending on how tender you want the meat. Like it's really not that difficult, bro. So if you were one of those guys that really struggle with cooking, bro, take it one step at a time. First, learn how to clean your meats. Chopping and cutting onions and all these different kind of vegetables, that's mad easy. You can just go on YouTube and look and find that. Making rice, just get you a rice cooker, because to this day, I can't make some jasmine rice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Parboiled, I'm all good. Jasmine rice, every single time soggy, it don't matter what I do. Rice cooker will get you right. Feel me? Put it in the rice cooker. You measure the water, you good to go. So get you a rice cooker for the rice. Pasta, you just throw it in the water, you good to go. Like, it's really not that difficult, bro. And I really say this because I don't want men, like you said, to think that you got to have a partner come in and do these things for you. Because one of the things I also believe in is you shouldn't have somebody coming in doing something that you can't do for yourself. Because if they not there, Juju.
What you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, they can be better at it than you.
They can definitely be better at it than you.
You still want to be able to do something.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
One of the things that in my relationship, I know my girl really has no care in the world for like what's going on. Like, she cares enough about what's going on financially with like bills and all that kind of stuff. But I still make sure she knows what's happening. Because God forbid something happen to me, Juju.
She gotta do? She just know what's going on?
She gotta know.
She gotta know.
She gotta know, like, yo, this is where the electricity bill is. This is where this thing is at. This is where that's at. And if she don't know, I'm not being a good leader.
Yeah.
Because part of also being a good leader is you need to also have a succession plan. If you're not here, what happens? You're a product manager.
Yep.
So you know, the one thing I always tell men to help drive this point home is when you're building systems and products, what you don't want to have is a single point of failure.
Yeah.
Okay? But what we do in our households, especially in the Black community, we love to create single points of failure.
Yeah.
We love to have men or women or whoever it is in the family that there's only one person that knows how to do that thing.
Can't have that.
There's only one person that knows how to bake that bread. There's only one person that knows what's going on with the mortgage. Yep. There's only one person that knows that this guy is dealing with this medical issue. We're creating all these single points of failure in our household. And a single point of failure is if that person passes or is incapacitated for whatever reason, now nobody knows how to do that specific thing that they know how to do.
No, for real.
So everybody needs to be aware of what the other person is doing, and not only aware of what the other person is doing, they need to know how to do it.
That's it.
So I try to run my household like I run my business, where there's basically a SOP, a standard operating procedure for all these things.
Yep.
You know exactly how to either pay the mortgage, the bills, whatever the case may be. You also know how to bake the breads and all the family secrets and the stories. There's all of this documentation and knowledge sharing that's done so that we could not only provide and take care of ourselves, but also pass down our culture and traditions.
That's it.
Because a lot of us have lost culture and tradition because there was a lot of single point of failures in our house.
Absolutely.
My dad told me about how his grandmother used to be able to like really heal people and heal all these sicknesses and illnesses because she knew all about all these different kind of plants and herbs. Where's that knowledge now?
Right now it's ginger ale.
So it's like, where's all that knowledge now? Because we didn't have a system of passing down this information. So we need to get out of the habit of creating single points of failures in our households. We need to have more open conversations and dialogue about what's going on, who does what, who knows what, who's the only person that knows that thing. And so that we can pass down that knowledge. We have so many different mediums in which we can use to pass down knowledge. We just need to make sure that we're using it.
I also want to remind people that like when you make it your intention to pass down these systems and these learnings and these stories and etc., people often feel like they have a disconnect with people in their families or they feel like they lack conversation. But like when you make it your duty to have open communication just about like your day-to-day livelihood and traditions and etc., you'll start finding there's always something to talk about.
Yeah.
My father is what? Let's see. Oh my God, when he had me, 35 years older than me. He's like 63. And like, me and my dad never run out of things to talk about.
Right.
And to be honest, like, as an adult, we have even more things to talk about. I'm mind blown. Like, I'm mind blown that I talk about dating
with your father,
with my father. Like, it's really a key all day on the phone. Like, let me not expose myself, but
you're about to be like, yeah, there was this one day I was on and son was doing this.
Yo.
Nah, don't bother. Don't bother.
But I say all that to say that like the more people become intentional about really building things and experiences and lifelong legacies and all these things with their families, you will keep having things to talk about. You will keep having things to be proud of. And you won't just have to be proud of these things independently as an individual person. You'll be proud of it because you see it as a thing for a thriving family legacy. And I just had to like kind of bring perspective back to that because it's just so important. Like, I don't know. I'm still shocked till this day that me and my dad talk about the things that we talk about. Like, get to understand, like, you know, I'm going to even say it. Like, when my father found out I wasn't a virgin as a teenager, that was the first time he almost kicked me out the house. I'm like, damn, for sex? Fuck. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but like, look at me out. Like, Dad, stop. Like, you know, like little things like that. And it's like, to think that we went through all those things, and I'm not going to lie, we do not talk about sex though. It's a little bit much. Like, there's an understanding it's happening, right? Like, you're not dumb. Like, I got a boyfriend, I got, you know what's going on, but like we don't get that granular. It's still my dad. That's weird as hell. But there's an understanding, like, you know, there are protections in place. You know, you're taking care of yourself. But like, I just can't be having those conversations.
Yeah, it's crazy to me still that my parents and my girl's parents are like trying to push us to have kids right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember for the longest,
They don't want that.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Listen, I remember for the longest when I first. So my girl, I've known my girl since I was like 14.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, right.
That's OD fire.
We broke up in college, but then we got back together after college, right? When I first met her, 14, 15, you can imagine me coming to her crib. It was like, it was mainly her mom, right? Her mom would be like, "Don't get my daughter pregnant."
Yeah, no, for real. Well, first of all, shout outs to y'all for even being able to bring each other to your parents as teenagers.
Yeah, that was,
My dad, like, let's just say my father met people by accident.
Right.
It was never an intention for him to meet any of these people. So that's maturity on their end.
No, for sure.
That's something. True. Going.
I never thought about it that's actually facts. Wow.
Yeah. No, my father, no.
Yeah, now that's actually, damn.
I'm really happy they did that, especially you coming from an African household, because in African and Caribbean households, a lot of the culture is very similar. But for them to even like allow that, and when we become parents, we're going to be a-holes and annoying too. Like, we're going to have our ways. But I do think that there is some level of comfort that parents should have with their teens bringing home their partners, because
it's going to happen regardless.
It's going to happen. And the thing is, like, maybe you can have more control over certain things versus if you had no idea about it. I did everything in hiding.
That scares me, which is why I'm going to go the opposite route and make sure that my child knows that they can bring this person home. Doesn't mean that I'm going to accept them and like them and love them.
Yeah.
But at least I know what's happening.
Yep.